Hello everyone, welcome to edupediaword.com. In this video, we'll be discussing calculation of mean by direct method. Friends, suppose we are given observations x1, x2, x3 up to xn and with their corresponding frequencies. Then mean is given as sum of product of frequencies with the corresponding observations divided by sum of observations, or in short, summation fi xi over summation fi, where I ranges from 1 to n. Let us discuss this formula with the help of an example. Friends, suppose we are given with marks of 60 students such that the data is given in ungrouped format. We can analyze that 10 is scored by 2 students, 15 by 2 and so on. If we need to calculate mean for such a data, first of all let us label this column of frequencies by fi and this observation by xi. Then according to the formula, we'll be needing the product f1, x1, f2, x2 and so on. So let us calculate the products in a separate column. As for the first observation, it will be 10 multiplied by 2, that is 20. For the second observation, it will be 15 multiplied by 2, that is 30, and so on. Once we have calculated all these products, we will be summing up these products and will be calculating the mean by dividing this product by the total frequency or the sum of all the frequencies. So here we have calculated all the products and their total is 3226. So mean by direct method will be summation fi xi over summation fi, that is 3226 divided by 60, which will be 53.77. Friends, we can also calculate mean of this data by forming class intervals, that is forming a grouped data. Say we can group observations from 10 to 25 in one interval, from 25 to, say, since we are taking a difference of 15, so 25 to 40 in another interval, or you can make another class interval of say 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. So the frequency falling in the interval 10 to 25 will be corresponding to these observations, that is 2 plus 2 plus 6, or we can say 10. Friends, we'll be using a convention that suppose we have an interval say 10 to 20 and we have to insert 10, then 10 will belong to this interval. But if we have to insert 20, then 20 will be belonging to the interval after this interval, that is in the interval 20 to 30 and not in the interval 10 to 20. So for the interval 25 to 40, the corresponding observations are 39 only and not 40. So the frequency will be 8. The next interval with a difference of 15 will be 40 to 55. That is these two observations, or 6 plus 4 on the frequency part, that is 10. Similarly, for 55 to 70 we will have these two observations, that is 8 plus 8 over 16. 70 to 85 will include these three observations, that is 2 plus 1 plus 5 or 8. Similarly, the last interval 85 to 100 will have observation as 6 and 2, that is 8. So friends, once we have made the class, intervals and frequency table, that is a grouped data, we can easily analyze that we have in fact simplified this data into a shorter table. So it will be very useful when the observations are large. We can make bigger intervals and easily condense the ungrouped data into a shorter grouped data. Now, for calculating mean for group data, we define a term known as class mark. It will serve the same purpose as xi in the ungrouped data. Class mark will be given by lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So for this interval, class mark will be given by 10 plus 25 divided by 2, that is 35 divided by 2 or 17.5. For this class interval, class mark will be given by 25 plus 40 divided by 2, that is 65 divided by 2 or 32.5. For this class interval, it will be 47.5 and then 62.5 and here it will be 77.5 and then 92.5. So since this class mark is serving the purpose of xi, so by direct method here mean will be given by first calculating the product of fi and xi, which will be for the first observation as 175, for the second observation as 32.5 into 8 will be 260 and so on. Once we have calculated all the products, we will be calculating their sum and mean will be given as this sum divided by the sum of frequency. So the figure shows the table of the calculated product, which is fi xi, and the class marks corresponding. The product is also added up here, so we can calculate mean easily as summation fi xi, which is 3270 over summation fi, which is in fact 60. So mean will be 54.5, that is 54.5 is the mean of this group data. Friends, we can also analyze that both the calculated mean are of same data, but their values are different. That is, first we are getting 53.77, whereas in the second case we are getting 54.5. The reason for this feeble difference is the assumption or the product of this class mark with fi instead of the product of fi with the original observations. Here we have made the assumption that this frequency is centered at this class interval, that is, this frequency 10 is of 17.5, or in simpler words, 17.5 marks is obtained by 10 students. So for this column, it is assumed that 32.5 marks is obtained by 8 students. But in fact, if we analyze here, the actual marks obtained were 39. So this assumption has made to the variation in the mean. So friends, this was the direct method for calculating the mean of a given ungrouped and grouped frequency data. Thanks friends for watching this video.